don't have the millionaire's bank account that you need for a 100 grand supercar cabriolet, then fear not. I've got 3 cheapskate alternatives. Supercar styling, tyre torturing power, and the option of chronic sunburn. These 3 are the best beer money substitutes for the mega money cabriolets thrashed by Tiff and Jason. Because instead of costing over 100 grand a piece, my budget here begins at just 5,000 quid. For those on the smallest of shoestrings, let me introduce the Jaguar XK8 Convertible. First, a quick test drive. It still feels very, very composed. I'm getting the V8 sound, it's really comfortable. Just sit back and cruise. Let the 5-speed auto do the work. You could not buy the XK with a manual. And really, it's not the kind of car you'd want to bother with a manual. This is not a Tiff and Adele School of Drifting car. It's a gentleman's express. I could just cruise down to Cornwall on a summer's day, thoroughly enjoy myself. A lot of car for 5k. In terms of glamour, power and luxury, the XK8 Convertible is unbeatable at the price. Here are a couple of insider tips to make sure you get a good one. OK, first up, timing belt tensioners. In the XK8, the car came with plastic timing belt tensioners. Here's one. They're prone to breaking, and when they fail, it lunches the entire engine. The common solution is to upgrade these to metal items, so look through the service history to check that there's proof that they've been done. Otherwise, you are looking at a 1,000 quid job to have these replaced. The XK8 is a brilliant, cheap GT car, but if you spend an extra 5,000 quid, you can add a serious sporting edge. May I introduce to you the Porsche 911 Convertible. This is a go-anywhere, 365 day of the year supercar. The throttle response is still magnificent. I'm not getting any scuttle shake. It still feels so engaging and alive, and it's such a planted, composed car, the 911. All 996 convertibles came as standard with a factory clip-on winter roof. Now, if you go looking for a second-hand car and it doesn't have a hard roof, you want to ask them where it's gone. There are a couple of other things to check for too. Let's have a chat about intermediate shaft bearings. It's a small but highly significant bit which on these and Boxsters can wreak havoc with your engine. If they go wrong, it can completely destroy your motor. And in one of these, that's 8,000 quid. It is basically a small shaft that goes between the gearbox here and the engine here. And you can't see the bearings or the shaft, but telltale signs are that there's lots of oil escaping from here. But find a car with receipts for new shaft bearings and a full service history, and you'll have a sporty, glamorous bargain. Finally, my star buy, a BMW 6 Series Cabriolet. What a slab of luxury this is. As soon as I got in and started driving it, you could be in a brand new BMW. You really could. To think that this car was over 50 grand when it was new, under 10 years ago, and I could go out and buy this today for 15, is phenomenal. Despite this 6 Series having the biggest engine out of the 3 cars I'm testing today, it's actually the most economical, because if you tickle it, you'll get 25 to the gallon out of it. We're going along at 30 miles an hour, just pootling. Go. 60, just like that. The newest of my cheapskate alternatives is also the most reliable. The BMW 6 isn't even an old car yet, so it hasn't had time to develop many problems. Experts say it's a pretty bulletproof vehicle. However, there have been some reports of valve stem oil seal failure, which can cause a bit of engine misery. Luckily, it's very easy to detect if there's a problem. You start the car, you get the engine up to working temperature, and then you rev it and look for blue smoke. It's a nice sounding test. Can't afford a 100 grand convertible? Then just get one of these cheapskate alternatives instead.